Okay, this will be a really, really funny one. I think it'll be funny. We'll see what you guys out there think. Let's see what we're going to put down on this photocopier that's of significance, which is going to be funny. Going to start off, we're going to start it as a black and white. It's going to start life as a black and white image. We're going to go full blast with 400%. What else we got to do with this silly image? Going to leave the contrast in the middle. We're going to lighten it up. Lighten it. I think we're going to leave it on light. Let's see if we can make this piece look really funny for what it is. It is Sydney Mozart Society. So this is basically performance of some of Mozart's music, and there's a picture of the man in question in the corner there. There's something about Mozart that's really, I find, extremely funny, and it might offend the establishment, and that is Mozart had a bit of a penchant for scatological humour or toilet humour. So that's a bit of a surprise for some of you pundits out there who love Mozart and other orchestral music, and my father would know about Mozart because he fucking loves classical, or should I say orchestral music. And I heard the word Mozart when I was a kid. So yeah, I'm sure he'd be offended, and I don't care because he's an asshole. Asshole? Yes. So basically my dad's an asshole who loves classical music, or should I say orchestral music. That looks wishy-washy. But basically, I don't think he knows that Mozart has a penchant for, as I said, scatological humour. Like, he used to write letters to some of his relatives. If I'm correct, his letter, some of the letters he wrote to his cousin were like, "Lick me in the ass, real clean." I think that's how they translated it from the German. So, lick me in the ass until or something along those lines of lick me in the ass until it's clean. So, yeah. And he also said in another letter in so many words, shit in your bed until it bursts. That's one of the translations or my memories of it. I'm not good at verbatim, folks. I'm not good at remembering exactly what was said, but along those lines. And he put "lick me in the ass" was a piece of music. Also, he made music out of it. So he's not exactly clean in that respect. He might have been a genius, but fuck, he loved a bit of toilet humour. So yeah. So sorry, folks, you classical or you orchestral music lovers. Sorry to offend you, but I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry because, hey, at least Mozart obviously had a bit of substance in him. Poo? Shit? Whatever. So yeah, that's it. Mozart was interested in scatological humour. So there you go. You can't get more amusing than that. That's fucking funny in my books. We're just going to move it down a bit. But basically, I think it's fucking funny. I think it's really cool because I myself am a person who likes scatological or toilet humour. Maybe not quite to that degree. Although I often like to talk about people licking each other's asses and brown-nosing like people who are rich, big corporations and all that sort of shit. Ass lickers. But basically, yeah. So he likes scatological jokes. I'm actually thinking we won't worry about this too much. We're going to use this as a master copy. But basically, yeah. So he wasn't just a great musician. He had a human side, and that was to make scatological or toilet humour. So yeah, folks, you may not like hearing that, but that's tough. That's history, folks. Look it up. Look up scatological humour / Mozart or Mozart's toilet humour. Look it up. It's in there. It's out there on the internet, folks. You know, it's out there on the internet. You know, have a good laugh. Maybe even feel if you're one of the music people and you feel disgusted because basically it's there. Mozart is not a deity. He's human, and like any human, he's got certain habits. And obviously, for him, toilet humour was one of the things he liked. So that's the face of that lavatorial man. That's another word for toilet humour, lavatorial. So this is what we're going to photocopy. But basically, yeah, he just had a bit of a liking for a bit of scat humour. And I wonder what my dad's going to think when he finds out that his daughter unearthed this little gem of horror. My dad's an arsehole anyway. He's not a nice person. He hates my photocopier art. He hates the kind of things that I like, so I hate him. So the feeling is mutual. Now that looks interesting. The colours are broken up nicely than I thought. We're going to make a better piece than that. But basically, my dad would probably be horrified that Mozart was a toilet humorist, a lavatorial humorist, whatever, scatologist. But it goes to show that even great people are still human. Yeah, still human, folks. Still human. So you got to try not to put people up on a fucking pedestal because you're going to get disappointed. Now I'm wondering if we're going to use that as our master copy. It looks a bit boring. The colours look good. But basically, yeah, he liked his toilet humour. He did. He really seemed to have a real liking for it. More than you could ever imagine. Well, I don't know. But it's well-known fact that Mozart was a bit scatological. But, you know, that's history, folks. That's history. That's what happens in history. Sometimes the reality isn't always as rosy as the way the world builds up an image of someone like Mozart. Now, that looks interesting. Wondering which one we're going to use. This one looks interesting. I don't know which part of it, which scatological picture we're going to use. Going to try that again. But basically, yeah, he's only human. He's only a fucking human. He's not a fucking god or a deity. There's people who love classical music, or orchestral music, should I say. Put him on a fucking pedestal? I mean, seriously, he's a human. Was a human. So, yeah, my dad's going to have to learn this the hard way. He has to take this one and swallow it. And I think this is a really good representation of our scatological man called Mozart. So let's try and we'll use that as our master copy. But basically, yeah, he's only human, and that's one of the little gems I uncovered. I'm trying to think where I found that out. It must have been on the internet. I think it was... trying to think where the fuck I found out that Mozart was a scatological person. I don't remember where I found that piece of knowledge. I don't know where I found it, folks. Oops, I just put that one there. I don't know where I got it from, to be honest. I don't know where I put it, where I got the information from that led to this discovery that Mozart loved toilet humour. So, I don't know. We're going to make this, going to just do it like that. Fuck it. Basically, yes, he is a scatological sort of a guy. Was, should I say. He's long gone. He died an early death, unfortunately. I just don't know where I got that piece of information from. I'm sure it was on the internet I found it. I'm sure it was on the internet somewhere that this scatological side emerged of Mozart. You know, I just don't know where I found it, to be honest. I might have looked up toilet humour for all I know, and that was a piece of a gem that I found on the internet. Of course, you find a lot of shitty stuff on the internet, but you find a lot of reasonable stuff too. But, you know, this is history, you know, fucking history. And he even wrote canon, I think it was considered a canon style of music for one of his scatological gems. And this has come up again. So for one of his scatological gems, he wrote a canon, which I think is when more than one person sings the same lyrics at slightly different times. I'm not an expert on music, folks. I just learnt a little bit of this off the internet. Man, I love the internet, folks. I really do. I really love the internet, and it's really funny to find out that a huge composer like Mozart indeed loved toilet humour. It was really funny to find that out. Extremely funny. I thought it was very, very, very funny. So this is our Mozart. This is not the greatest piece, but the colours look good. So we've made this a bit more colourful, like the language of Mozart's Lick Me in the Arse music and the original letter that talked about that shit. Shit? Yes, shit. Load of shit. But history, folks. You got to accept it's history. There we have it. Mozart in a different light.